Welcome to Bucharest, the vibrant capital of Romania, a city where history meets modernity and Eastern charm dances with European flair. Join me on this journey as we explore Bucharest's hidden gems, fascinating stories, and lively streets. So my day in Bucharest started off with a tram ride, and honestly, that was already a vibe. There's something cool about riding an old tram through the city streets, windows open, the city kind of gliding by. It's noisy in a good way, the clanking of the tracks, people getting on and off, that real, local rhythm. I just sat there, watching the neighborhoods go by, getting a feel for the city. I got off somewhere near the center and started walking toward this absolutely massive building, the Palace of the Parliament. And when I say massive, I mean massive. Like, it's one of the biggest buildings in the world. You really can't understand how huge it is until you're standing right in front of it. It's super serious looking, all stone, symmetry, and power. Kind of overwhelming, but also super impressive. From there, I kept walking, and in about a minute, boom, fountains. And not just any fountains, the ones in Unirii Square. Even during the day, they're super pretty. Long lines of water shooting up in sync, all neat and satisfying to watch. I've heard they do light and music shows at night, but even in daylight, it's a nice spot to chill for a bit and just soak in the view. There's a lot going on around, but the fountains somehow make everything feel calm. After that little fountain moment, I headed into a park nearby. And that's when the whole mood shifted, the city noise faded out. And suddenly there were trees, birds, people walking their dogs, and kids playing. Parks in Bucharest are everywhere, and I love that. You walk just a few minutes, and boom, you're in nature again. I took my time here, just strolling and taking it all in. Eventually, I made my way to the old town, and man, that place is something else. The streets got narrower, cobblestones underfoot, and the buildings got that classic, slightly worn charm. I passed by cafes, little shops, old churches, even some cool street art. Some parts were quiet, others full of life, music playing, people laughing, that kind of cozy chaos that just works. It feels like the heart of the city. And finally, I reached the river, the Dombovița. It's not huge or flashy, but it's got this peaceful vibe. I stood on the bridge for a while, just watching the water and the reflections of the buildings around me. It was one of those moments where you go, yeah, this city's got something special. Bucharest surprised me. It's not just one thing. It's layered, full of contrast, and it really grows on you as you walk through it. On my second day in Bucharest, I took the metro from Preșezii to Piața Romanu with a quick change at Piața Unirii. The ride was smooth and easy, nothing fancy, just a simple, fast way to cross the city. Within half an hour, I was in the heart of Bucharest, stepping out into the evening light. From Romanu Square, I started walking toward Calea Victoriei. The moment I turned onto the street, the vibe completely shifted. It felt elegant, calm, and full of atmosphere. The sun was low, casting this warm, golden glow on the buildings. Streetlights were just starting to come on, and people were out for their evening walks, couples holding hands, friends chatting, tourists looking around with that same sense of wonder I felt. I passed old palaces with intricate facades, grand hotels, stylish boutiques, and cozy cafes with outdoor tables already filling up. Every few steps, I noticed something beautiful. An old doorway, a sculpture, a small detail in the architecture. The mix of old-world charm and modern energy makes this street something special. The further I walked, the more alive the street became. There was music playing from a nearby terrace, and I could hear the clinking of glasses and quiet conversations floating through the air. At one corner, someone was playing the violin, and it just fit the whole mood perfectly. There was no rush, just a slow, peaceful stroll through a street that seems to hold centuries of stories. Calia Victoriae isn't loud or flashy, but it has this quiet elegance that really stays with you. It was the perfect way to end the day, walking through soft light, surrounded by history, music, and the gentle heartbeat of the city. Ior Park, officially known as Alexandru Ion Cuza Park, is one of the largest and most beautiful parks in Bucharest, Romania. Located near the Drister metro station, the park is a favorite destination for both locals and tourists. It stretches across more than 85 hectares and features wide walking paths, green lawns, playgrounds, and a large lake in the center. The park is perfect for relaxing walks, jogging, cycling, or simply spending time in nature. In spring and summer, it becomes especially lively, with people enjoying picnics, street performances, and open-air events. The lake is home to ducks and swans, and there are small boats for rent, making it a peaceful spot to escape the noise of the city. Parcul Ior is also a place of history. It was developed during the communist era and has since become a symbol of the Titan district. Its mature trees and carefully maintained gardens make it a green oasis in a busy urban area. If you're visiting Bucharest and staying near Drister, Ior Park is definitely worth a visit, whether you want to relax, exercise, or just enjoy the local atmosphere. If you're visiting Bucharest and find yourself near Aviatorul metro station, you're just steps away from one of the city's most iconic green spaces, King Nicolae Park, formerly known as Hero Stroop Park. Located just north of the city center, this is the largest park in Bucharest, offering a peaceful escape from the urban buzz. Right next to Charles de Gaulle Square, the park features wide walking boulevards, centuries-old trees, and a large lake where you can rent a boat or simply enjoy the view. It's a favorite spot for morning jogs, weekend picnics, and relaxing strolls. Within the park, you'll also find the Dumitru Gusti National Village Museum, an open-air collection of traditional homes and buildings from every corner of Romania, giving visitors a glimpse into the country's rural heritage. Just a short walk away stands the Arch of Triumph, built in 1936 to commemorate Romania's participation in World War I. Modeled after the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, it's a proud symbol of Romanian unity and history. You can even climb to the top on certain days for a panoramic view of the city. As the sun sets over Bucharest, the city doesn't go to sleep, it lights up. One evening, I decided to take a walk through the heart of the old town, and what I found was a side of the city that truly comes alive after dark. The cobbled streets, quiet during the day, were now buzzing with energy. Music spilled out of every doorway, jazz, electronic, live bands playing traditional Romanian tunes. The air was filled with the smell of grilled meats and sweet desserts from street vendors, and people were everywhere, locals, tourists, students, all moving from one bar or cafe to the next. As I wandered through Lipscani Street, the beating heart of Bucharest's nightlife, I found myself drawn toward a grand Gothic-style building glowing under warm lights. The city's oldest beer house, dating back to 1879. Stepping inside felt like walking into another era. Vaulted ceilings, stained glass, wood-carved balconies, and waiters in traditional costumes. I ordered a Romanian dish and a house beer, surrounded by the hum of conversation and the clinking of glasses. It wasn't just dinner, it was theater, history, and hospitality rolled into one unforgettable experience. Toward the end of the night, I walked to Union Square, where something magical awaited: the dancing fountains of Bucharest. These are not just fountains, they are a spectacle. Set to music and lights, jets of water burst and sway in sync with classical, electronic, and pop songs. Colors shift, shapes change, and the entire square glows with rhythm and light. Families, couples, and solo travelers stood together, all quietly mesmerized by the show. For a few minutes, everyone was united by wonder. That night in Bucharest was more than just a walk or a night out. It was a feeling, a connection to the soul of the city. A city that doesn't just stay awake after dark, it shines. On my 5th day in Bucharest, I decided to explore the city a bit differently by bicycle. And honestly, that was one of the best decisions I made during my trip. Riding a bike allowed me to see so much more, to move freely, and to feel the rhythm of the city in a completely new way. I started my journey along a wide and elegant boulevard, shaded by trees and lined with grand old buildings. It was peaceful and perfect for cycling. Along the way, I passed through a beautiful park and visited 3 fascinating museums. First, there was the National Geological Museum, full of sparkling minerals and ancient rock formations. Then, the Museum of Natural History, where I saw impressive dinosaur skeletons and interactive exhibits. Finally, I stopped by the Museum of the Romanian Peasant, with its traditional wooden houses, colorful textiles, and handcrafted tools, a real window into rural life. After the museums, I cycled to a large, open area known as Victory Square. It was bustling with people and traffic, full of movement and energy. The sound of the city was all around me, and I felt like I had landed right in the middle of Bucharest's daily life. From there, I continued my ride down another major boulevard, known for its beautiful architecture. The buildings were stunning, a mix of historic charm and modern design. There were cozy cafes on every corner, and people enjoying the sun on terraces. My final stop of the day was the mansion that once belonged to Nicolae and Elena Ceaușescu. The place is striking, full of marble, crystal chandeliers, and even gold-plated bathrooms. It's a luxurious home that reflects the immense power they held. During Ceausescu's rule, much of the city's infrastructure, public buildings, and parks were built. But despite those developments, he is remembered by most Romanians as a dictator. It was a day full of contrasts: nature and city life, history and the present, beauty and power. And by seeing it all from the seat of a bicycle, I felt like I connected with the city in a truly personal way. Subscribe to Whisper of Cities if you liked this video. Also, don't forget about comments and hit the likes.